welcome back to Mark's Garage and Stuff. In today's video we're going to be checking out the Ducati Multistrada V4S, the big version. My friends at Webbs have kindly lent it to me for the day, so what we'll do in today's video, we'll have a look round it in the garage, explore all the features, and then we'll take it out for a spirited ride out on the twisties and the turnies. It's a dry day today and I really can't wait to see what this thing rides like. Alright guys, before we have a look at the TFT, let's just have a quick look around it and appreciate the design of this motorbike. I mean, personally, my personal opinion is, it is a beautiful looking machine. You know, these adventure bikes are big and they usually look very rugged, and I think this actually crosses between the rugged look with the sporty look. If you look at the sort of the curve here as it lifts up, it gives it a very high front, giving it a lot of presence on the road, a real mean machine look to the bike. And I think it's more sporty than a lot of other adventure bikes out there. And I know that it's not the exact realm that this is pitched at, but I mean, it's great. Look, not many bikes actually suit panniers. And if you look at the design of it, you can tell they've thought about that, because it looks great. It looks fantastic, actually. Before we have a look at the TFT, let's turn on the lights so you can have a look here. Very cool. And the front, I really like the front lights. Look at that. Mean and ready to rock and roll. Right, so with the TFT, there is so many options. It's super clear. I love the layout of it as well. But down here you can change the suspension settings, your mode in terms of like sport and road, and there's so much to it. I've had a brief play with these things, but you know, they're so clever now, you'd have to live with the bike or really sort of do your research into all the modes and settings it's got. But the TFT is brilliant. It's really clear. I hope that's coming across on camera. But even today it's very, very sunny outside and I've got very little reflection. It's very easy to see. So let's get on with the fun bit now and take this out on the twisties and see what this thing's like. We've got a dry day out there today and thoroughly looking forward to putting this through its paces. For this review, I'll be doing a voiceover, but I will tell you why in a second. But just have a look at this thing. It is so good looking. I love the red. I love the red. Ducati red. I don't even know if that's a thing, but superb looking motorbike. The reason I'm doing a voiceover is to help give a little bit more substance in my reviews. I do notice that when I do the talking and I'm on the motorbike, sometimes I just get a little bit over enthusiastic, and then when I watch it back, the review hasn't got more substance. So it gives me a little bit of time to reflect on the day, and hopefully it will enable me to point out some more useful things about the motorbike. Now, the route I decided to take the motorbike on this day was a twisty turny route, and also it's just a great test ride route. It provides a real overview of different road conditions. This road here is just a straight road, very much like being on the motorway, 60 mile per hour road, very open, and it was very windy on the day actually as well. So I felt that bike really did perform well. The front screen and also kind of the fairings of the bike, I must say, probably gave me the most wind protection that I've personally felt on a motorbike before. I was literally in a complete bubble of non-wind, non-buffeting. I think the design of the bike is really good. They've really obviously thought about it and tested it, and if you're doing long touring, I can 100% say you'll be kept well and truly out of the wind, and certainly with the big wide bars, as you can see here, a very comfortable riding position. Now, that's not to say, as we go through these sort of twisties here, you can tell the bike really does like to turn in. I would say it kind of turns in more like a sports bike than an adventure bike. and it does feel very, very manoeuvrable. I think for some of the bigger bikes that I've ridden, this is a very, very agile motorbike. The way it sort of turns direction is very, very commanding, very planted, and extremely agile. Another thing I felt with the motorbike is the quick shifter was extremely smooth. Now, I've got a BMW R1250R, and for me, I think that is a very mechanical, clunky shift. When you shift using that quick shifter, it really is kind of almost like a thud, in my opinion. This one felt buttery smooth, still very, very engaging. You know it changes gear, but it is a very, very nice quick shifter. Buttery smooth is the way I would describe it. And again, round the roundabouts, I really did like chucking this thing into the corners. It felt planted, lots of feedback, very sporty and nimble. And the acceleration here, that, just open up the throttle just a little bit, this thing absolutely gains pace. It's like getting shot out of a cannon, is how I would describe it. It really does just go from 0 to whatever speed you want, ridiculously quick. And this overtake here, as you can see, straight up to 60 without even trying. Back down, lovely feel through the brakes. And again, the way this thing just twists into that corner, just leans in, it gives you so much confidence through the twisties. It's very strange, and a feat of engineering, an absolute feat of engineering. The bike was an absolute joy to ride, and if I was to kind of summarise it was just so good at doing everything you need it to do. And that kind of allure, I don't even know if that's a word, but that kind of certain je ne sais quoi that Ducati brand has, for me, certainly just kind of made the whole experience very, very exciting. I remember being very hard on the brakes there to kind of test how they felt, and very commanding, good feel through that front and rear brake. You know where it's at, and again, just I couldn't stop doing that on the day. Just changing direction with this thing was unusually just amazing, really. Very, very dynamic machine. I think also the switch gear, as you can see, I'm just sort of switching about a few things here, was very easy to use. I think the interface was very user friendly. The buttons were located in a sensible position, so I never felt that I was going for the indicator when I was trying to go through the modes. Heated grips were fantastic, and again, I know I mentioned it in the garage, but that TFT is just crystal clear. They've kind of made it with kind of a matte finish, and it looks very good, whether it's sunny, overcast, or a little bit dark. You can see it at all times. You don't seem to get too much glare. Coming through the slower bits, like the village we've just come through there, I noticed the bike did ride really nicely at lower speeds. And again, just the way this thing takes off, as you can see there, second gear is hilarious. It is just, there's so much torque and power on tap that I'm sure you could have some real fun with this thing on. Actually, if you was to take it to a track, I'm sure this thing would actually be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's a real do-it-all machine. And again, on these bumpy roads, as you can see here, the sort of classic UK B road, the suspension does a fantastic job soaking up the bumps and just making the bike feel very planted, very composed through the corners, over the bumps. You could be comfortable on this thing all day, and is a serious touring motorbike. Obviously, with the panniers fitted, the thing looks great, but you've got all that storage in the back if you want to do some multi-country trip, or you're taking it on a big long tour. You've you've got plenty of storage in the back there, and you remain in perfect comfort while going about your business, touring the fantastic world we have here. A big shout out to my friends at Webbs for lending me these bikes for the day to test them out, to do my reviews and to experience them. They're a fantastic bunch of people there. They've got a fantastic range of apparel, new motorbikes as well, fantastic Triumphs, and also they do a number of different motorbikes that are used. As you can see, this one here is available here, and they've also got a store over in Lincoln as well that also do Yamaha. So yeah, fantastic range of motorbikes and apparel, and a fantastic bunch of people to help you choose your next motorbike or your next jacket. Come to a stoplight here. Just wanted to make a note here. This bike is actually surprisingly easy to flat foot. The ergonomics of the motorbike, certainly for me, was perfect. I'm about 6'1", and it fitted me great. But if you're a little bit shorter, I'm sure you'd actually be able to get your feet down. So they've done that very, very cleverly. I would say, as always, if you're thinking about buying a new motorbike, best thing to do is get out there, test ride it, and see what you think for yourself. Thanks for watching the video. Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for next time. Cheers, guys.